Hello and welcome to the lesson portion of this video. This is Absolution. In this section we're going to take a look at the first riff, the beginning riff essentially, and we're going to take a look at the clean parts being played during the chorus, which is a fantastic chord progression, specifically the fingering that you can use to play it a little bit easier. I know there's some variations out there of how to play it. This is just the one that I find easiest, and it's also a fascinating chord progression to play. So let's take a look at that first riff. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the first part of the riff, and then there's a small repetition of it, shortened, followed by the parts played on the fourth string, which the two guitars play in harmony. So let's look at the first part of that, which is going to be this. And we're going to divide that into three parts just to make it easier. For me, part 1 starts with a hammer-on from the open 6th to the 2nd fret, followed by a group of 4, down, up, muted. That followed by a pull-off from the 5th fret to the 2nd fret of the 6th, again followed by a group of 4. So slowly we have. Yeah, so we lift the right hand a little bit to let the pull-off and the hammer-on ring, but the rest of the notes are palm muted all throughout, followed by 3 groups of 4, down, up, with our first finger on the 2nd fret. That's the middle of that riff. So if we put the beginning and the middle together. Alright, and to conclude, we're going to have a hammer-on from the 5th to the 7th fret of the 6th, followed by 2 down, up, open, or a group of 2 notes essentially, a down, up on the open 6th. And then a pull-off from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, followed again by that group of 2 on the open 6th. You can do that. I'm doing it with my 2nd. You can do it with your 3rd or 4th. So the last part, slow. So if we put that first part all together, all these 3 parts of the first part of the riff, we get this. And a little bit faster. Right. And after that, there's a shortened version of that riff before we go into the harmony parts. So it's again the first part of the riff, hammer on from open 6 to the 2nd fret, by the group of 4, pull off from the 5th to the 2nd, followed by a group of 4, and then instead of 3 groups, we're just going to have a single up, down, up, down, up. So putting it together. And then the parts that are played on the 4th string. The lower part starts on the 9th fret. Essentially, it's all the notes are going to be picked twice, so a single down up for every note. So we have 9th fret, followed by the open 4th, then 5, 7, 5, 4, 5, 4. A little bit faster. And that ties in with the riff. So that's the lower guitar part. The higher part starts on the 12th fret, we're going to have exactly the same picking pattern. Every note's going to be played a single down-up combination of strokes. So we have 12th fret, open 4th, 9, 10, 9, 7, 9, 7. That's how this ties in. Wonderful. There was another issue getting from this position here, the second position, all the way down to the 12th position here to play that if you're playing the higher guitar part. There's another place you can play it. You can play it on the 3rd string, starting on the 7th fret. However, it's the tone of the lick changes a little bit. And then you still have to do a big string jump. You still have to go from the 3rd string back to the 6th to start the riff again, and especially at this speed. I don't know. It might be more convenient for you. For me, it's easier just to slide down very quickly, play it, and then go back. And starting the song from there. Alright, let's take a look at the part that's being played during the chorus now. Okay, for the right hand, most of the time, actually all of the picking pattern that I use I use a downstroke for the first 3 notes, always starting with the bass, and then I do an upstroke for the other 3. I divide those into a group of 6 or small groups of 3 in certain situations, just to be able to follow a single pattern. It's a lot easier for me that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. The fingering that I choose for probably the most comfortable for most people will be the first finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th, the 4th finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then your second finger here, middle finger, on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, arched in such a way that you can let the 1st and the 3rd strings ring openly, kind of giving that chord its particular quality. And then the interesting thing about this progression is that when the bass changes, it essentially changes the harmony, and coupled with the other guitar that does the power chords during the chorus, it sounds great. And so the bass changes. It goes between the 3rd, the 5th, and here the 2nd fret of the 6th string, though essentially this kind of bass movement, and then it circulates. In such a way. And so, first chord shape, the bass changes from here, from the 1st finger to the 4th. I fret it with my 4th finger, lifting the 1st. And these 2 fingers are not going to move, our middle finger and our ring finger. After that, with the 1st finger going to the 2nd fret of the 6th string to change the bass there. So you have with the right hand a bit of a jump between the 6th string, and you have to go for a 3rd. And then this 1st chord again. 2nd. So it's the same part twice. Now here's a little bit of a change. We do down, 1, 2, 3, and after that the 1st finger goes down to the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and we have a 1st, 2nd, 3rd upsweep, and then the 1st finger moves to the 3rd fret, sliding 1 fret in, So that's slowly. Followed by the bass on the fourth. So all this, and your fingers moving together. Probably going to be the trickiest part of this riff. But again, if you divide those in groups of 3, it's easiest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Going back to this chord, bass on the second finger of the second fret of the 6th string. So that part again slowly. Finishing off with the first chord again. And then a strum. You're essentially strumming the 6th string, which is the same pitch as the 5th fret here. All the way down to the 2nd string, or to the 1st perhaps. It'll sound good either way. So again, alright, check out the tab for a bit more detail on exactly what the notes are, but this is my suggestion for the best possible fingering. Have fun.